What's the most unexpected way an animal has saved your life? I was 28 when I adopted Rex from the county shelter. He was a 7-year-old German Shepherd mix, with scars across his muzzle and dead eyes that had seen too much. The shelter worker warned me he'd been returned 3 times. Too aggressive, too damaged, too much work. He needs someone patient, she said, like that was supposed to scare me off. I wasn't looking for easy. I was looking for invisible. For the first month, we barely coexisted. Rex would cower in the corner, flinching when I moved too fast. He wouldn't eat when I was watching, wouldn't sleep unless I was in another room. We were both broken in our own ways. Him from whatever hell he'd escaped. Me from the depression that had swallowed my life whole. Then, something shifted. It started small. Rex would sit closer to my chair each day. I'd find him watching me with those dark eyes, like he was trying to figure me out. When I cried, which was often, he'd tilt his head and take a cautious step forward. "It's okay, boy," I'd whisper. "We're both messed up." By month 3, I was learning his triggers, his fears, his small victories. He'd learned mine too. When I couldn't get out of bed for days, he'd bring me his food bowl, dropping it beside the mattress. When panic attacks left me gasping on the bathroom floor, he'd pace outside the door, whining. My therapist said I was projecting. My family said I was using the dog as an excuse to avoid real relationships. They'd nod, ask a few questions to seem supportive, then change the subject. "You need human connection," Mom would say. "Maybe try dating apps," my sister would suggest, though she knew I hadn't left the house in weeks. The breaking point came on a Tuesday in November. I'd been spiraling for days, that familiar darkness creeping in, whispering that nothing mattered, that no one would miss me. I sat on my kitchen floor with a bottle of pills, counting them like rosary beads. Rex appeared in the doorway. For the first time since I'd brought him home, he didn't hesitate. He walked straight to me, knocked the bottle from my hands with his nose, and planted himself across my lap, all 80 pounds of him. When I tried to move, he growled, not aggressive, but firm. When I started crying, he pressed his scarred muzzle against my neck. We sat like that for hours, 2 broken things holding each other together. That night, Rex slept on my bed for the first time. When I woke up screaming from nightmares, he was there, solid and warm and real. When morning came and I couldn't face the day, he brought me his leash. "You need this," his eyes seemed to say. "We both do." My recovery wasn't linear. There were still dark days, still moments when the weight felt unbearable, but Rex became my anchor. He'd sensed the shift in my breathing before I even knew a panic attack was coming. He'd block the door when I tried to isolate, force me outside when depression told me to hide. 6 months later, people started commenting on how much better I looked. My family took credit for their tough love approach. My therapist praised the medication adjustment, but I knew the truth. The dog everyone said was too damaged to love had taught me how to live again. 2 years later, my neighbor called in tears. Her teenage son was struggling with severe anxiety, couldn't leave his room. She'd heard about therapy dogs, but couldn't afford the training. "Would you and Rex visit?" she asked, "just to see if it helps?" I looked at Rex, now confident and calm, his eyes bright with purpose. We'd both found our calling. That afternoon, I watched Rex work his quiet magic with a scared kid who reminded me of myself. He didn't push or demand, just existed, patient and steady, until trust became possible. Now we visit hospitals, schools, anywhere broken people need to remember they're not alone. Rex wears a therapy dog vest, but I know the truth. He was always the therapist. I was just his first patient. People ask how I trained such a perfect therapy dog. I tell them I didn't train him at all. He trained me to believe that healing is possible, that love doesn't require perfection, and that sometimes salvation comes with 4 legs and a scarred face. We saved each other, but he did the heavy lifting.